Today, a centuries-long tradition will be renewed. The first driver across the yard of bricks will make a memorable moment that will last a lifetime.
Takuma Sato going to make a move to go around Ryan Hunter. Side by side in the start-finish line.
No attack, no chance. He'll take the lead to the short chute.
Spin in turn 4, spin in turn 4. You just bring it home, buddy. You bring it home.
Takuma Sato is a two-time winner of the Indianapolis 500.
We won it. Thank you, guys.
This is unbelievable.
All right, I know what you're thinking. Honey, this is just another one of these virtual award shows, but trust me, that is not the case. Not when you're dealing with one of the greatest trophies, if not the great, it's the greatest trophy in all of sports. So whether you're joining us for a late breakfast out on the West Coast or anywhere around the globe or even here in the Midwest and the East, you're trying to stretch that lunch break a little bit at the office, don't worry, the boss won't mind. And if he or she does, let us know. We'll get you the permission slip. We're coming to you from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum, the North Hall, and our Indy 500 Borg-Warner Trophy Special, unveiling the latest likeness of the now two-time Indy 500 champion, Takuma Sato. My name is Dave First from IndyCar and the NTT IndyCar Series. Fun show for you, and a few surprises as well. We'll begin with Indianapolis Motor Speedway President Doug Bowles, because not only are we celebrating another likeness on the trophy, but that would be enough right there. You would shut down production after that with the new likeness, but it's also 100 days out for the 105th running of the Indianapolis 500, which is pretty special around here. More on that in a second. But to this ceremony, you've been a part of this now for many, many years. Very special.
This is really special. I mean, this is an amazing trophy, and just watching the video there of Takuma winning the Indianapolis 500, I know how much it means to him, how much it means to Bobby Rahal and the rest of the team. That was an amazing, amazing event, and we have so much fun with Takuma. When he won in 2017, the year leading up, promoting with him, the same thing with this year. Nobody more passionate about the Indianapolis 500 than Takuma Sato, and I'm really excited to have him as a two-time winner of this event.
100 days out. This has become pretty special, as mentioned, over the last couple years. You were up early today doing media. We're talking milk bottles out. It's pretty fun.
It is a lot of fun. And normally, you know, we have fans here. We have a big party in the evening to really kick the countdown off. Unfortunately, we can't do that this year. That's why we're really excited to do this. We get to unveil that face for Takuma to see, but then just to interact with fans and really celebrate. And we're asking our fans to do that on social media. Talk about your favorite memories of the Indianapolis 500. Post that hashtag, Is It May Yet? And talk about 100 days out.
You've got a new series as well, IMS.com. It's called Behind the Bricks. Some great interviews with some legends. It's getting people involved, getting people thinking about the Indianapolis 500 again.
It really is. And what we wanted to do is give people an opportunity to hear from folks that they get to see on TV and maybe get snippets of interviews, but really some more interviews of folks. We start out with Donald Davidson. We had Bob Jenkins, a lot of current stuff. You're helping us tell people what's going on in racing during the week. So I think it's really important to connect with our fans, but get them excited, not just about the Indianapolis 500, but the NTT IndyCar Series this year is going to be phenomenal. Yeah. And there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on right now, even in the off season. So we're trying to get people engaged and get them ready for April.
Let's take a look at the milk bottles because they went out today. And this is pretty special. I mean, on the other side, when you receive one, not bad, right?
It's really been something. We've had a lot of fun. We've been doing this since the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500. So everybody from the governor of the state of Indiana to media members across the country, other celebrities, even regular fans, we're giving these out to, and it's a lot of fun. They're signed by a lot of our race car drivers, so it's a really neat keepsake. We're reminding people don't drink it because it's not milk, and we've had people actually drink it and post it. It's like, no, don't do that. But it is an awful lot of fun to do these and hand them out, and to see somebody smile. There's nothing like that ceremony of watching somebody drink milk after they've won the Indianapolis 500.
No question. Nowadays, they don't even drink it. They just pour it over the head. Speaking of the race, May 30th this year, important to keep that Memorial Day weekend schedule here at the Speedway?
It really is important, and we're going to do everything we can to have fans here. I'm an optimist. I can't wait. The numbers in Indiana, the numbers across the country are going the right direction.
Yeah.
As people are getting access to the vaccine, we have nothing but hopeful thoughts here as we're going forward. We haven't made a decision on what May looks like exactly yet. We want people to just be patient with us. Every day we can wait before we make that decision is probably more likely that we can have fans inside the gates for the 105th running.
I mean, let's face it. We saw last August. This place is nothing if not, you have fans here. It is so important, and there's such an important element to this track.
Absolutely. I mean, I think people will tell you the Indianapolis 500 race is important, but what makes it really important is when there are 300,000 plus people inside the gates cheering folks on. I know Takuma has been able to experience both sides of it. Hopefully he's the only driver in the history that has to compare the two wins. I can't wait to have folks here, even being outside the gates last May when fans came but couldn't get in, and hanging out with those fans. The fans are what make the Indy 500 so special.
Well, I'll never forget the Harvest GP last year when yourself, Roger Penske, opened up the gates and that was such a special moment. I mean, let's face it, 2020, it was the little things sometimes that made you feel pretty good, and that was certainly one of those.
Well, one of the people I feel the worst for in all this is Roger. He's bought the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He knows what it's like to win here. He knows what the experience is like from an owner's standpoint. I wanted him to see it from what the fans see, and so just that moment where he could open the gates and hear the thank yous from the fans, I can't wait for him to see that when 300,000 plus people come through the gates, hopefully this May for the 105th running.
100 days out. Countdown is on.
It's on. I can't wait.
Can't wait either. It's going to be here before we know it as well. And here's the thing. It is the 105th running of this great event. 100 days out, May 30th. Going to be here before we know it. The return of the traditional Memorial Day weekend, making new memories at a place where history lives, where tradition never stops. And don't forget, we kick off the month of May with the GMR Grand Prix on the road course. Saturday, May 15th, six-time NTT IndyCar Series champion Scott Dixon is the defending champ of the race. Remember, it all happens at the racing capital of the world, broadcast around the globe by our friends at NBC and the IndyCar Radio Network. Well, a number of people were waiting in Victory Lane to celebrate last year's Indy 500. That includes our next guest. Bobby Rahal, of course, is a driver, won it in 1986, then again as a car owner in 2004. Mike Lanigan has been around the Indy 500 for years and years and years, finally celebrated his first 500 as well, and both join us. And what was that like in Victory Lane to see Takuma Sato win the Indy? I mean, that's something, right? You guys still think about that?
Well, I've been... This was my 47th Indy 500 in a row, and 28 years as competitively. So, you know, every 500 that I've been involved with, of course, everybody thinks they're going to win it. And towards the end, I thought for sure that we had the best car on the track. But then the yellow came out, and I said, "Here we go again. Here we go again." But it's hard to explain, quite frankly, after all these years. You know. It's like having your first child. You're being told the joy of what you created with your wife. You've been told about the happiness and the cheer, but it's like winning the 500. You can't explain it. You
Until
cannot
it
explain
happens.
it. I waited so long for it. Always dreamed about it, and I'm savoring for the next couple of months still being the champion. So it's quite a high.
Bobby, for you, I mean, obviously a champion as a driver now. I mean, there's only a couple of guys that have done both here. What's the difference between the two?
Boy. Well, I think that I tell people all the time, I think as an owner, you truly understand and appreciate in a better way, I think, all that goes into it.
Yeah.
You know, a driver, you have some idea, but the amount of effort and all the details have to be right. Everything has to work. And, you know, that morning we talked to the crew kind of before the race, and I said I didn't think we were ever in a better position to win this race than we were that day. And it certainly turned out that way. But so it's a thrill, and just really, really happy for Takuma. Glad he won with us too. You know? So now we're working after number 3.
We've got video winning as a driver and as a car owner as well. By the way, you're the answer to a great trivia question. The last likeness on the original Borg-Warner Trophy, the Cup, you were there in '86. Yeah. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I never realized that till later on, but yeah, it's nice to be one of the originals. But I'll take a place on there anywhere. It doesn't matter where on the trophy we might be. So, no, it's this is a great moment for Takuma. Of course, being a two-time winner, that's better than I could do, and of course for our team as well. So, gives us a lot of. And I have to say, I was particularly happy for Mike because I knew how long he'd been trying to drink the milk, as he would say, and his whole family, who've been there every step of the way as well. So it was a good day.
I drank the milk after the race, and I drank the scotch way after the race. It was quite a day, quite an event.
As long as it wasn't a mixer, that's all good. Yeah. Hey, looking at 2021, expectations you have for this year, Bob?
Well, in racing, you're always an optimist, right? You always have good expectations. We had a lot of good races aside from the 500 last year as well. So I'm optimistic. I think we've got two great drivers. We've got great sponsors, and just this last year was so tough for everybody. It was just a weird year. But our fans, our sponsors stayed true, and I think everybody really worked hard to do whatever they could to ensure that the series went off as best as it could. And from a team standpoint, from obviously the sanctioning body, from Roger on down, every challenge was thrown at it, and yet I think we were able to bring off a good season for our fans, even though it wasn't as personal in terms of crowds and what have you as we would have hoped.
One of those sponsors back with Takuma Sato for the 105th running of the Indy 500, and we have a car reveal, livery reveal, as the kids call it. And this is it. Yeah, we're very, very pleased. People Ready, of course, joined with us this last year on Takuma's car, and of course, now the pressure's on us that we, together we win the first race that they have here in IndyCar racing. So now, what are we going to do for an encore, right? But we're very pleased to have People Ready with us. They're a great company that really works providing personnel resource to companies all around the country, all around the world, and this is one way that we can help generate a lot of awareness for them. And of course, winning. If you didn't know what People Ready was prior to last August, I think you did afterwards because, of course, the media coverage, and particularly in Japan, was tremendous. And so we're really happy to have them back with us again. It's a real pleasure, and we anticipate another good year together. Mike, think about this: 30th year for the team, for Bobby's team, car 30 with Takuma Sato. And the race date this year for the 500 is? May 30th.
Wow, I'm going to Vegas.
Well, I think we got it figured out now. So
there you go.
In my world, at least, once you got it figured out, it should be easier, although it won't be, quite frankly. But we got with Takuma, his record at Indy. Yeah. It stands alone. I mean, a third the year before, he had he won in 012, and he's got that track under control. And then, of course, we got Graham, who's been close, was on the podium last year, and I think we're ready to go do it again.
It was big for the team last year.
Go do it again.
No question about it.
Sure.
Thanks for being here. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Bobby Rahal, Mike Lanigan.
Thank you.
If you're counting, that's 2/3 of the ownership group. Guess what? We have the other 1/3. From a snowy locale, from parts unknown, here's Dave.
Hi, everybody. Dave Letterman. Congratulations, Takuma. It's another big day in your life and another big day for Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan. Another big day for racing. And by gosh, looking forward to a wonderful season ahead of us. Congratulations. You are truly a hero, not just to your home country, but to everybody who loves motorsports. Thanks for everything. See you soon.
No attack, no chance. That was the motto back in 2017 when he won his first 500, and then he doubled down by taking the August version of the 500-mile race. He is now a two-time winner of the Indianapolis 500. Please welcome Takuma Sato.
Dave.
That never gets old, right? Two-time winner of the Indianapolis 500.
Yeah, think about it. It's amazing. Obviously, a team did an outstanding job regardless where we were, the situation, no fans, obviously sad situation, but we won Indy 500 for Bobby. And Mike, of course, and David, who, by the way, he's in the North Pole.
Apparently in the North Pole.
But
out with other folks. Yeah.
No, I'm just so happy. Obviously, a little bit for myself. The second time is just unbelievable, but for the most, I think for the team, amazing job.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because you worked on the car all afternoon, and it was greatest and the best when you guys needed it.
Yes,
today, wasn't it?
It went as we planned it. Surprisingly. Okay. Everybody wants to do that. I know that. I've been here for more than 10 years, so I did try it. It's most of the time it failed, but this time it worked really, really well. I think, needless to say, but individual guy and boys in for the team did just amazing job. Not just for that on Sunday afternoon, but really entire month, or if you could say like 3 months before, all the preparation. My chief crew, Derek, make sure everything's right place and right people. And then like my mechanic, the boys, Brad, who's the #1 mechanic, just make sure the young boys doing great things. And entire afternoon, the pit stop, we had 0 mistake in order to meet back and always in top 5, of course, in the relative things. And then I was able to race really hard. So, and then of course, Eddie, my race engineer, just manipulated calculation. And no, we worked the car so hard, and it posed beautifully. It
all came together. Yeah. The support you receive in Japan is second, obviously, to none other. You've got a lot here in the States, obviously, but the winning car is in Japan right now.
Yes.
Your face is all over Shinagawa Station in Tokyo and everything. You're very popular over there. We have a greeting from Koji Tomita. He is the Japanese ambassador to the United States. Take a listen.
My name is Koji Tomita, ambassador of Japan. I wanted to take a moment to say congratulations to Takuma on winning the Indy 500 for the second time. It was very exciting to see a Japanese driver win the most prestigious race in the world. And I would like to share the joy of your victory with both Japanese and American fans. And thank you, Takuma, for continuing to serve as a bridge between our two countries and connecting us through our shared love of motorsports. I hope that the Indy 500 further flourishes and continues to bring these impressive demonstrations of skill and thrilling moments to people around the world. And I wish Takuma continued success in the future.
Wow.
Not bad, huh?
Well, really honored to receive the message like this. So thank you.
Again, the support you receive in Japan. I wanted to give you an opportunity to perhaps speak in Japanese. We got a worldwide audience watching this.
Right.
I think they would love to hear.
Okay. So I say in Japanese, shall we?
Yes.
Okay. 日本の皆さん、おはようございます。今、It's 3 o'clock in the AM.
They're watching, trust me.
おはようございます。朝から本当にありがとうございます。もう皆さんにも昨年ね、少し会う機会がありまして、もちろんパンデミックで大変だったんですけど、こういう中でレースができて、本当に素晴らしいサポート、皆さんからのサポートを受けて、チームからのサポートを受けて、こうして500で2勝目ができたこと、本当に感謝してます。今シーズンも頑張っていきたいと思いますので、また明け方、夜中かもわかりませんけども、たくさん応援してください。ありがとうございます。
Awesome. That's cool. That's awesome.
I said wake them up.
It's 3 a.m., but I guarantee you, as many fans as you have over there, I know they're watching, and greetings to all of them. Turning the calendar to 2021 a little bit. Any momentum from last year heading into this year for you guys?
I'd like to say so.
Yeah.
I believe we could. Honestly, to be honest, I had to go back to really 2012. At the moment, I had going backwards in turn 1 with, when I was challenged to the Dario Franchitti. I feel myself that I own a win to the team that moment. I know Bobby has been saying after and after you don't have to, but I feel that way, and particularly for the Mike Lanigan. I know who was looking for that win so much. I mean, it took 8 years, to be honest, but it's so nice to be back, Bobby, and of course, particularly with Mike himself in front of him to win, to go to the winner's circle there. And that's an unbelievable moment. So it was definitely a significant moment for myself, but also the team, and definitely this energy for sure is a carryover. I know the team's doing a great job, but also the 30 boys. I have to say a big thank you to the 30 boys, every single of them. I did say to the 26 boys when I did it 2017 too, because we have a life, we're going back and forth. Maybe we're not racing or racing together in 20 years' time, but I think the moment we really glued the history, and whatever happened, whatever the circumstance, I think we were same together. So I think 30 boys, wherever they are, in what time of they're in, I think we are all together. So really, really fortunate to go to the race 2021 again with the boys and the team, and I'm absolutely ready to take another challenge.
To build on 2020, what you guys did then. And here's the thing, we're only 58 days away from the season opener, the NTT IndyCar Series at beautiful Barber Motorsports Park, so it's going to be here before we know it. Oh yeah, the Indianapolis 500 as well. All right, let's turn to the trophy. The process of getting the likeness, what do you enjoy about that?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's just a purely amazing job. They could do today with the 3D printers and very easily, but we'll...
3D printers.
Yeah, I mean, you could, right?
Way, yeah.
But the process is just unbelievable. It's details working. He's making this one-to-one model first and then shrinking to the model and then just adjusting the things. Yeah. It's just Charlotte as well, his lovely wife.
Yep.
And it's amazing time we got together at North Carolina. And it's there, but I really haven't seen it yet, actually.
You can't look yet.
No. I'm really, really, really excited.
Stand by.
Yes.
Sculpting a likeness for the trophy begins really the day after the Indianapolis 500. The man who's responsible, North Carolina's Will Behrens. And a few months ago, Takuma paid him a visit. It's part of the process, which also begins with a more life-sized version.
Oh, it's me again. Oh, good. Yeah. But this is, for me, is just a pure fun enjoyment moment, because not just come back to North Carolina to see the Will again, but this art, it is amazing. I mean, for me, feel a little strange myself watching like this, but look at the details in he's working on.
Having the driver come here really enhances my process just immeasurably, because I've always done these images from photographs that we take the day after the race. Until 5 years ago when the driver started coming here, that's all I did. Now I'd make this image from those photographs, and they've come here, and then I have a chance to sit with them personally, and then I see a lot of things that the photograph didn't show me. So I think I'm able to do better work, and it's much more enjoyable when I have this face-to-face time with them.
I know. Smile whole hour.
He's got a wonderful face. I love working on his face. He's got great, very expressive. He's got a good bone structure and a wonderful smile, and so that's a treat for me. So yeah, I think through here and working on it, this was wrong.
Oh, just so much detail though. Okay, I'm definitely 3 years older than the other time. I'm familiar with that the face, of course, but you never see this angle, specifically this angle or this angle. Just you never know. I mean, it's real weird for me myself, but once again, what a beautiful art of wheel making, and not just for this one, of course, all the last 30 years.
So to be able to play a part in this for 31 years, and also to create images of some of the greatest drivers in these last 3 decades, it's really a privilege for me. It's a thrill as a race fan.
It's every time I see this, it's so unique experience.
It must be.
Because just physically, you wouldn't be able to see a 3-dimension yourself. It's always mirror or film.
It's
Let's be honest, we couldn't have the Indy 500 Borg-Warner Trophy special without the folks from Borg-Warner. Tremendous supporters for years, and of course the company that commissioned the trophy back in 1935. Michelle Collins is the Global Director of Marketing and PR at Borg-Warner, and she joins us a very special day.
It is indeed. Thanks for having me.
The least of which, of course, is Letterman's beard, right? I mean, I could, there's no way. Great to have you here, though. What does it mean to represent the company on a day that has become rich in tradition and beloved, certainly by the drivers?
It's definitely something I never imagined I would be doing. I'm so honored to be here on behalf of the company, to be a spokesperson for everything that we do with the Indy 500, with the winner, with the trophy and the sculptor. It's amazing.
Victory Lane at Indianapolis. You were there for the first time, up on Victory Podium, the new look Victory Podium at the Speedway. What's that atmosphere like? If someone asked you what it's like to be in Victory Lane at the Indianapolis 500, what would you say?
An adrenaline rush, for sure. I would say just, even if you can't anticipate who's going to win, what's going to happen, it's still just knowing that something could happen at the last moment, something, could change. And until they cross that line, it's really not finished. So I would just say a complete and utter adrenaline rush.
What's it like, to be the first woman to hand over that wreath to a winning driver? Did it mean something to you?
Definitely. I mean, I never really thought of it that way. I just thought, well, I'm here on behalf of the company. I'm putting the wreath on the winner. I've watched it so many times. But it was pretty cool. When I got back and had my phone, I had all of these missed messages and calls. Everybody was saying they saw me. And then people started telling me, you're the first woman that ever did that. So I am so honored. And like I said, it's just such an amazing experience. Nothing like it.
You're going to do it again this year, right?
I don't know.
What? You don't know? You're the global director. Come on.
I'll be there for sure, but Fred might be back doing it this year. I'll be in the
you
wings.
do have a ball. I understand.
Yes.
All right, stick around. All right, you're sticking. We got a thing we got to do here.
Can't wait.
In just a second. Earlier, we asked fans to share your favorite photos of themselves with the Borg-Warner Trophy, and these were some of our favorites, sharing memories of the great traditions at IMS and certainly the Borg-Warner Trophy. And I don't care how many times you've been around the trophy, it's nearly impossible not to stop and take a picture or a selfie, celebrating over 100 years of Indianapolis 500 history. From a life-size version to now the miniature one, and the moment we've all been waiting for. Michelle Collins rejoins us from Borg-Warner. Takuma Sato, the moment is yours. Let's take a look.
Okay.
The new likeness.
So we...
Second. Yes, let's do it. Let's go. What do you think, huh?
Well...
Look at that.
This guy.
Not bad.
I think it's getting a little old.
No, see, I think you look younger this way. I don't know. I don't know what you paid for.
I think that's because shining. Yes,
Maybe.
beautiful.
What do you think?
Amazing job. Once again, thank you, Will. Thank you, BorgWarner. Thank you, Michelle. Wow, this is beautiful.
The 107th face on the Borg-Warner Trophy. Michelle, Will did another fantastic job. And here's the thing.
He did.
There's plenty of room for more of your likeness on the face. I'm just saying.
Yes, I get that.
What a tradition. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And thank you, Michelle Collins from Borg-Warner.
Our pleasure.
Now,
it's our honor, really.
What a day here at the IMS Museum. And thanks to you folks for joining us here on this great day at the IMS Museum. And a reminder, the start of the 2021 NTT IndyCar Series season quickly approaching. We're about a month away from a two-day open test here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, helping dial in the cars ahead of the month of May. And then the season begins at gorgeous Barber Motorsports Park in Birmingham, Alabama, Sunday, April 18th. You can see it live on NBC and hear it on the IndyCar Radio Network. Then, after stops in St. Pete and Texas, by the way, the folks in Texas, we're thinking about you, been hit hard by the cold and the weather. Hang in there, guys. After all, that month of May will be here before you know it. And a reminder to follow us on social media at IMS and at IndyCar on Twitter, plus Instagram and Facebook. Our sincere thanks to the folks here at the IMS Museum, for the staff and management, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the NTT IndyCar Series, and Penske Entertainment. Thanks again. We cannot wait to go racing. We'll see you soon.